Many years ago, the galaxy was a peaceful place. Different species lived together in floating cities. The most powerful race were the Krel. They controlled technology and machines that seemed like magic to the other races. One day, a strange ship appeared. It was unlike any the Krel had seen before. It was big, dark, and cold. From it came creatures who were not like anyone else in the galaxy. Their skin was pale and dry. They were skinny, yet somehow strong. The Krel named them humans. The humans were from a faraway planet called Earth. Their home had been destroyed by war and hunger. They begged the Krel for asylum, but the Krel refused. They locked the humans away in a prison ship. It was made of a special metal that blocked all communication and weapons. The humans would never escape. But then came a secret deal. The Krel leader had a daughter. She was known throughout the galaxy for her beauty and intelligence, but she also had a secret sadness. She could not have children, so she made a deal with the humans. If she gave them an escape chance, they would help her bear a child. No one knows what happened next, but the humans left the galaxy, and the Krel leader disappeared. Years passed, and the humans never returned. Most believed they were gone forever. Yet when the Krel leader reappeared, she was pregnant. Many believed the humans had tricked her. Maybe they had escaped, maybe they had attacked her. But no one knew what had happened. The truth was hidden for generations. Now, many years later, the galaxy was a beautiful place. The floating city was home to all kinds of aliens. Each looked different and came from different worlds. But life was good. Peace had lasted for hundreds of years. But recently, there had been signs of change. A new ship had arrived in the galaxy. It was dark and cold, just like the prison ship from long ago. No one dared approach it. Nobody knew who was inside. Then one day, the answer came. A human. She stepped out of the ship alone, looking older than the rest. She was tall and lean, with dry skin and dark hair. She walked through the streets of the city without fear, ignoring the stares of everyone around her. She was followed by robots. They looked like spiders, except instead of 8 legs, they had 6. On their chests, they had devices that glowed blue. Soon, the news spread. A human had returned to the galaxy. Some were shocked, others scared. Rumors spread quickly. What did she want? Was she alone? Would the others follow her? Nobody knew. Lady Serene heard the rumors, too. She was an alien who specialized in healing. In fact, she was considered one of the best in the galaxy. Her house was a mansion. It looked like a tower, shining brightly above the clouds. But lately, she had been troubled. She often wondered if the rumors were true, if this was really the end of peace. Then one day, a group of children came running through her garden. Their faces were white with fear. They cried out, "Lady Serene, please help us. We saw a human. She touched me. She touched my sister." The children were twins. They were both crying and shaking. Lady Serene took them in without hesitation. She welcomed them warmly, trying to calm their fears. She wiped their tears and told them stories until they laughed. Then, when she was alone, she felt a chill run down her spine. Had the rumors become reality? Did the humans really return? The next day, Lady Serene decided to find the answers herself. She put on her warmest smile. She wore her finest clothes and went out into the city. There she met a young alien. His face showed kindness and respect. He bowed to her and introduced himself. "I am Alaric. I have heard about your good deeds. People say you can help anyone." Lady Serene nodded kindly. "Yes, I try my best. But what troubles you, young one?" "I'm looking for a human," he said hesitantly. "They call her Eve. I want to ask her questions. I need to know her intentions. But nobody knows where to find her." Lady Serene felt a sudden chill. She knew exactly where the human was, but she did not tell the young one. Instead, she asked, "Why do you seek her out? Why do you want to know her plans?" "Because we must be ready," Alaric said with a sad look. If the humans attack, we need to know their strength. We must defend our home. Lady Serena understood his fear, but she also felt a growing anger. The Kril leader had once chosen safety over her people. Now her mistake threatened to destroy everything. After a while, Lady Serena spoke again. I think I know where to find her, but you must promise to stay calm. Do not attack unless I say so. And do not be afraid. I am here with you. Thank you, said Alaric. I hope this does not turn into a battle. After a while, they arrived at an old part of town. Before them stood a large building. It looked ancient compared to the bright towers around it. Still, there was a strange energy in the old walls. It felt like a light bulb about to explode with power. This is it, said Lady Serena. Here lives the human. Hopefully she does not plan to hurt our city. She opened the door and walked in. Alaric followed behind her, gripping his weapon tightly. Inside, they found a large room. In the center stood a machine that shone brightly. Around it were many wires and tools, but what surprised them was the figure kneeling before it. She was no longer the tall, scary human from the rumors. Instead, she was small and frail. She had a bandage around her arm and a sad look on her face. When she heard footsteps, she turned around. Her eyes were wide with surprise. You came? She said weakly. I thought you would bring weapons, that you would attack me. Lady Serena approached her slowly. Her expression was kind yet firm. I did not come to fight, she said. I came to ask you questions. Why did you come here? What do you want? The human looked down sadly. I came to save her, she whispered. Who? Lady Serena asked. This galaxy, the human said. It is dying. The humans from my time are responsible. They broke this world. I want to fix it. Suddenly, Alaric could not hold back any longer. He shouted, You humans are all alike. You came here a long time ago, but we let you in. Your kind betrayed us. You attacked and killed us. Now you come again and pretend to be innocent. The human raised her head. Her eyes burned brightly. I am not like the others, she said. I am here to apologize. I want to save this galaxy. I need to fix the mistakes of my people. Lady Serena approached the machine. She looked at the tools and the bandages. She saw the human's injured arm and her determined eyes. Lady Serena felt the power in the room. She knew this human was not like the others. This one was special. But then she remembered her daughter. Lyra had healed, yes, but at what cost? Did the humans want to control others? To use their bodies like puppets? Lady Serena turned back to the human. What do you want in return? She asked. The human looked up in surprise. What do you mean? You have healed my daughter. You have saved her life. Our bond is unbreakable. Tell me, what do you want? The human hesitated. She thought for a moment. I want nothing, she finally said. I am happy to have helped your daughter, but I want to do more. I want to help everyone. Lady Serena felt a surge of warmth. She knew this human was sincere. She was truly sorry for what she had done. Very well, she said. Stay here. Help us. Let us work together. The human nodded with a grateful smile. Thank you, she said. I promise to do my best. Together we can fix this galaxy. Lady Serena felt a sense of relief. Maybe this human was not a threat after all. Maybe she could be an ally. Together, they could protect the galaxy and find a way to make it thrive again. As the three stood together in the old building, the fate of the galaxy hung in the balance. The human with her advanced knowledge and unique perspective, the Krel with her power and experience, and the mysterious alien with her healing powers and connection to the ancient past. What challenges awaited them? What secrets would they uncover? And how would their alliance affect the fate of the galaxy and its inhabitants? Stay tuned to find out in the next episode. The clatter of metal on stone echoed through the luxurious dining hall, a sharp, discordant note in the soft, ethereal music that swirled around them. It was a sound that demanded attention. All eyes turned to the source of the noise, a young woman with shimmering silver skin and eyes that glowed like molten gold. She stood frozen, her gaze fixed on the golden plate that had slipped from her numb fingers and now lay shattered on the floor at her feet. Her mother gasped, rushing to her side. Her own eyes, the same molten gold as her daughter's, wide with shock. The elder woman's touch was feather light, yet somehow managing to convey an universe of worry. Her voice, when she spoke, was a low, musical hum. "My child, are you all right? What happened?" The young woman shook her head, still staring at the wreckage of the golden plate. It wasn't just any dish. It was a negantar, a delicacy so rare and precious that it was served only on the rarest of occasions. Its value was more than monetary. It was a symbol of power, of connection to the past, a tangible link to their glorious ancestors who had, according to legend, ruled the galaxy with wisdom and benevolence. But right now, none of that mattered. All that mattered was the strange, unsettling feeling that had come over her as she reached for the plate. A feeling that had nothing to do with the food, the company, or the exquisite surroundings. It was a sensation she had felt before, that terrifying paralysis that heralded an incoming vision. And this time, as the vision came, it brought with it an icy premonition of doom. She had seen the Golden One fall, banished from the stars, cast out into the cold, dark void where only the bravest dared to venture. She had seen the Golden One rise again, wreathed in flames, vengeance blazing in her eyes. And then she had seen the Golden One kneel, defeated, broken, betrayed by those she had trusted. The vision receded, leaving behind a ringing in her ears and a cold sweat on her skin. When she turned to her mother, she saw a flicker of understanding, a flash of recognition in those golden eyes. The elder woman reached out, her touch a soothing balm on her daughter's tense shoulders. She didn't need to ask what her child had seen. She knew. The visions were not exclusive to her daughter. All women of their bloodline were blessed, or perhaps cursed, with the sight, the ability to peer into the swirling chaos of destiny. They had always been careful to keep their visions secret, to bury them deep within their hearts. To speak of such things was dangerous. Even the hint of a prophecy could send ripples through the carefully constructed fabric of their society, causing tremors of fear and uncertainty. But the Golden One had been taken, spirited away from their world before the sight could fully awaken within her. As a result, their visions had remained murky, incomplete. Now it seemed that destiny was catching up with them. The Golden One was back, but not as the radiant, hopeful leader their people had envisioned. No, the one who had returned was broken, her spirit wounded, her purpose unclear. The elder woman's gaze hardened with resolve. It was time to act, time to put their centuries-old plans into motion. For she had seen the same visions as her daughter, the same rise and fall, the same defeat and despair. But she had also seen something else, something that gave her hope. She had seen a faint, almost imperceptible blue glow emanating from behind the Golden One, a strange, otherworldly light that pulsed with an energy both powerful and alien. It was a beacon in the darkness, a guiding star that promised wisdom, power, and a way to protect their people from the coming storm. As the servants cleared away the remnants of their meal, the elder woman turned to her daughter, her voice a low, urgent whisper. "We must go to her," she said, reaching out to take her daughter's hand. "We must help the Golden One, not for our people, but for you." And as they made their way through the throng, the faint blue glow growing brighter with every step, the young woman knew that her mother was right. This was her destiny, whether she embraced it or not. The future of their people, their bloodline, their very survival, it all rested on her shoulders. Yet as she walked, she couldn't help but steal glances back at the shattered golden plate on the floor, wondering if it was too late, if their glorious future had already been broken beyond repair. In the heart of a luxurious sci-fi dining hall, The clinking of silverware against golden plates echoed through the vast space. It was a symphony of wealth and indulgence, a testament to the opulence that permeated every corner of this opulent establishment. A humanoid alien sat at the table, her 4 silver arms gracefully adorned with shimmering bracelets. Her head was crowned with a magnificent headdress that seemed to catch the light, revealing the intricate patterns that danced across its surface. But it was her face that truly captivated attention. Her skin, a striking canvas of silver, glistened like polished metal, while her large, luminous eyes glowed with an otherworldly light. She was a creature of both elegance and enigma, a being of pure silver. She had come to this place not just for the food or the ambiance, but to celebrate an event of great significance. This was a place where the elite gathered, where power and wealth were on full display. And she was here to mark a moment of triumph, a testament to the advancements of science and technology. Her gaze, however, was not on the elaborate meal laid out before her, but on the figure standing behind her chair. A younger version of herself, her daughter, stood there, a mirror image except for the vibrant splash of color, a deep blue dress that contrasted sharply with her silver skin. The girl's eyes, usually dull and lifeless, now shone with a newfound spark, mirroring the determination that burned brightly within her. It was a day of double celebration, a day when the impossible had become possible. Today, her daughter, who had been confined to a life of paralysis for as long as they could remember, was taking her first steps towards independence. The alien mother's heart swelled with emotion, her eyes glistening with tears that threatened to spill. In her mind, she replayed countless memories, each one a reminder of the struggles they had endured, the battles they had fought. Through it all, their bond had only grown stronger. As the girl began to move, the mother leaned forward, her hands trembling slightly. She reached out, her touch gentle yet firm, guiding her daughter, sharing in her first moments of freedom. The dining hall, with its bustling servers and clattering plates, faded into the background. All that mattered in that moment was the soft thud of footsteps and the beating of 2 hearts, each step a victory, each breath a testament to their unbreakable bond. Suddenly, the mother's hand froze mid-air, her eyes widening in disbelief. Her gaze shifted to the source of the commotion, her blood running cold. On the table behind her, the golden plate she had been holding had slipped from her grasp and was now clattering to the floor, the rich fabric of the tablecloth following suit. The luxurious setting, once a symbol of their triumph, now threatened to amplify their downfall. It wasn't just the weight of the situation that made her heart sink, but the potential consequences, the reactions of those around them. In this world of extravagance, appearances mattered more than anything else, and their moment of vulnerability could be exploited, their hard-earned progress undone. With a sense of urgency, she gently nudged her daughter, her voice a mixture of fear and determination. The girl, sensing the shift in her mother's demeanor, turned, her own eyes mirroring the concern etched on her mother's face. In that silent exchange, an unspoken understanding passed between them, a shared history of challenges overcome and battles won. Together they faced the daunting task ahead, knowing that their strength lay not just in their individual abilities, but in the unbreakable bond that united them. Behind the mother and daughter, a faint blue glow emanated from the strange human device, bathing their legs in an ethereal light. It was a beacon in the darkness, a symbol of hope and resilience. Each step the girl took brought her closer to independence, each breath a testament to their unyielding spirit. Despite the shock on the alien mother's face, a single tear rolled down her cheek, a tear of pride, of joy, and yes, of fear. Fear of what might happen next. Fear of the world's reaction, and fear of the shadows that might threaten to engulf them once again. Lyra spent the next few days learning about the world outside the mansion, about the sky and the trees and the wind. The old human, whose name was Elias, visited often, bringing stories of distant lands and faces from long ago. With each visit, Lyra felt more strength returning to her legs. Meanwhile, her mother, Lady Serena, was consumed by worry. She couldn't understand how the humans had healed Lyra and why they had stayed in the city. One evening, while Lyra was practicing walking, Serena confronted her. "Tell me the truth," she demanded. "Why do these humans stay here? What do they want?" Lyra sighed. She was tired of secrets and lies. "I don't know," she admitted, "but I think they simply wish to live in peace. They helped me, Mother, and I wanted to repay their kindness." "Peace," Serena scoffed. "They only speak of peace to trick you. Do not be naive, my dear. The humans are our enemy, just as the other races are our enemy. Our place is among the stars. We do not belong on this forsaken rock. These humans are desperate, lost creatures. They destroyed their home and hunted each other until there were barely any left. The only reason they help you is to study you, to find a way to control you." "But why would they want to control me?" Lyra asked. She didn't understand her mother's hatred. To her, the humans seemed kind and helpful. Serena clenched her fists. "Why? Because they are monsters. My dear, you must not forget what happened all those years ago, all those generations ago. Your ancestors betrayed the council, murdered our brothers and sisters, hunted our people to the brink of extinction. And then they abandoned this world, leaving us behind to rot on this dying planet. The humans are cursed by their gods. They are cursed to destroy everything they touch. And yet we kept helping them. We offered them sanctuary, food, knowledge. And what was our reward? More lies, more betrayal, more suffering. I am done with the humans. I will not trust them again. I will not allow them to harm my family once more." Lyra shook her head. She had heard stories of the past from Elias and the other humans, but to her it sounded like an old song, sad and distant. She couldn't understand her mother's hate. "Mother, I saw them today. They are tired. They've suffered much. It is hard to believe they could have done such things long ago. And even if they did, they've changed since then." "Naive!" Serena spat. "Just like your father." Suddenly, Lyra felt a sharp pain in her leg. She staggered and almost fell. "Lyra!" Serena rushed to her side, her face filled with worry. "You pushed yourself too hard. You need rest." "I'm sorry," Lyra whispered, tears stinging her eyes. But Serena ignored her apology. She looked up at the ceiling as if searching for answers. Then she turned back to her daughter. "There is a healer in the city, a master of gene therapy. He lives hidden, but his reputation is unmatched. If anyone can help you, it is him." Lyra wanted to argue, to tell her mother about Elias and the others, but she could feel the worry in her voice, the love in her eyes. After so many years of loneliness, Lyra finally understood what it meant to have a mother. Serena wasn't perfect, no one was, but her love was real. And if that love meant seeking help from the city, then that is what she would do. Later that day, Lyra and her mother arrived at the healer's residence. It was a humble abode, nothing like their grand mansion, but Serena knocked with respect. When the door opened, they saw a wizened old alien with kind eyes. "Greetings," he said. "My name is Alaric. How may I help you?" Serena wasted no time. "My daughter needs your help," she said. "Her legs are broken. Can you fix them?" Alaric nodded slowly. "Of course. Come inside." As they entered the room, Lyra noticed strange devices and diagrams on the walls. The healer led them to a chair that looked like a spiderweb of tubes and wires. "This will help me diagnose you, but it'll be uncomfortable," he said. "Oh, I don't mind," Lyra blurted out, surprised by her own boldness. She wanted to be strong, to show her mother she could do this. But when the tests began, she screamed in pain. Her body felt torn apart as the machine scanned her insides. When the results appeared, Alaric frowned. "Your legs are beyond repair," he said gently. I'm sorry, but no technology can fix them. Lyra's heart sank. She felt tears prickling her eyes. All this time, all this effort, and it was for nothing. Serena noticed her sadness and stepped closer. Don't cry, my dear, she said softly. Perhaps there is still hope. She turned back to the healer. What do you suggest? Gene therapy, Alaric replied. Your daughter's bones are completely shattered. Even if we rebuild them, they will be useless without nerves and muscles. Gene therapy can regrow what is lost. It can give her new legs, but it is very risky. There is no guarantee it will work. Serena hesitated. Gene therapy was powerful magic. It could change a creature's form, alter their essence. How risky? She asked. Alaric shook his head. I cannot say for sure, but if successful, it will be a miracle. Then let us take that chance, Serena said, placing a hand on her daughter's shoulder. I am sorry for doubting you, Lyra. I wanted to protect you, but I failed. Forgive me. Lyra returned the hug, feeling more love in that moment than she had in her entire life. I forgive you, Mother, she whispered. And if it doesn't work, we'll try again. We'll find another way. Alaric smiled and led them to a new device. This will help me prepare the genetic material. It'll take a few hours, but we can begin at once. As they prepared the gene therapy, Alaric spoke of the procedure, explaining the risks and the chances of success. Finally, he looked at Serena. Are you sure about this? He asked. Your daughter is strong, but the therapy will hurt. It will tear her body apart and rebuild it from within. Are you sure you want to risk that? Serena met his gaze. She knew what was at stake, what her daughter had endured. I trust you, she said finally. Please help her. Alaric nodded slowly. As you wish. The procedure was long and painful. First, the machine hummed, releasing strange lights and mists. Then it grew quiet, and Alaric approached Lyra with a syringe filled with shimmering liquid. This is the genetic material, he said softly. It will help you grow new limbs. But now, I must inject it into your bloodstream. Lyra's breath hitched. She knew the worst part was coming. Alaric pressed the tip of the syringe against her skin and began injecting the liquid slowly. It'll be over soon, he whispered. Just hold on. But even as he spoke, she could feel her body changing, growing, tearing apart. She screamed, not in pain, but in terror, as she felt her old legs being ripped from her body. The room spun, the lights faded, and she collapsed into darkness. When Lyra woke up, she was in a cold sweat, gasping for breath. Her body ached, but she couldn't move. She tried to sit up, but black spots danced before her eyes. Suddenly, she felt a tug on her blanket. She looked down and screamed. In her lap were two small feet with tiny toes wiggling happily. Confused, Lyra reached out and touched them. The feet giggled and kicked her fingers. As if understanding her confusion, the little feet began to move faster, transforming into legs. Nerves and muscles grew rapidly, taking shape. Bone replaced flesh. Skin covered muscle. And in a few moments, Lyra found herself staring at her own legs. She couldn't believe it. They were real. She could feel the warmth of her skin, the strength of her muscles, the flexibility of her joints. She tried to stand. At first it was shaky, but soon she was walking, then running, then dancing through the room. Outside, she heard the cheers of the humans. She laughed, twirling faster. This was real. She was whole. Hope bloomed in her chest, pushing away the shadows of the past. She was ready for anything.